Hi guys, welcome to Family and the Feast channel. This is part 4 of our Thanksgiving dinner menu. And on the menu today is fried rice. So let's get started. So guys, here are the ingredients you will need for your veggie fried rice. I'm using some extra long grain canola rice, adobo, sweet soy sauce, black pepper, ginger powder, corn, accent, chicken bouillon, oil, and I have some fried rice seasoning, and this is from the Chief brand, and Chinese Spice. For my green seasoning, I have some thyme, Wiri pepper, and this is optional. If you want to use it, you can. If you don't want to use it, it's okay. Garlic, pimento pepper, celery leaves. These are frozen. I could only get the frozen one for now. I kept the stems because these are going to just be chopped. Scallions, onion, carrots, bandania, also known as cilantro, and my sweet pepper. Also, I'm going to have my hot water for boiling my rice. So we're gonna get started now on putting our rice to soak. So here's my rice, guys. I'm gonna go wash it and then I'll come back and show you how to soak it. So you want to make sure you wash your rice first before soaking it, because if you soak this and then wash it when you're ready to wash that rice, it will break up into fine pieces and we don't want that. So here's my rice. I've already washed it and I'm gonna add in some water, and this is room temperature water, it's not hot water. And I'm gonna make sure my rice is covered under the water, and I'm gonna leave this aside for a 15 to 20 minutes. So we're gonna move on to the next step, and that is preparing our veggie and making our green seasoning. So let's get started. I'm gonna do my green seasoning first. So I'm gonna chop just the roots from my scallions to blend, and we're going to leave this on the side. I'm going to add in my garlic and just 2 of that pimento. Add in my Wiri pepper, and I'm going to add in my thyme. And I'm using about 5 to 6 stems of it. And I'm going to add in my bandania. Now, these are like about 3 stems of celery leaves. I'm just going to add in half of that, and I'm going to leave the stem and some of the leaves on the side. I'm not going to blend any of the onion. We will dice those. So this is what I'm going to blend for my green seasoning. So I'm not going to add any water to this, because if I do add any water, it will totally mess up the measurements for the rice, the water that I will put in the description box for the rice. Now, I don't want to mess with that measurement because your rice can get soft, and I want to give you an accurate measurement so you don't have any problems when you're making this recipe. Now I'm going to start blending this. So guys, here's a look at my green seasoning. This is the consistency I like it to be in. It's more of a paste rather than chunky. Our next step is dicing our vegetables. We're going to start with the carrots. So you want to make sure you cut your carrots smaller than the other veggies, because this is harder to cook. And you want to make sure when you're adding it to the pot, it boiled evenly with the other veggies. So I'm gonna chop my celery stem. Here's my pimento. My sweet pepper. So guys, here's a look at my veggie after I've diced them. I'm gonna put this on the side now and we're gonna get started on our rice. Guys, I've already prepared everything for my fried rice. Here I have my veggies, my dry ingredients, my sauces, my green seasoning, and also my celery leaves over there. I'm going to add my oil to a heavy bottom pot. My stove is on medium heat. You're gonna grab yourself a wooden spoon. Here's my rice. I've already strained the water that it was soaking in. Now I'm gonna allow my oil to come up to a nice hot temperature before I add my rice. So now that my oil is hot, I'm going to add the rice. Now this step is called parching the rice, and this is what makes my fried rice recipe different from all the other ones that are out there. I love to parch my rice before I steam it. Notice that I haven't added any of the green seasoning or any seasoning to this. So guys, this step will take at least 30 minutes. I'm going to parch my rice until it's a nice light brown color, and I'm going to show you when it's ready to add the water. I need you guys to pay close attention to the color and the texture of the rice while I'm parching it, because this is going to give you a nice loose fried rice. You want to make sure that you keep scraping the bottom of the pot. Don't allow the rice to stick for too long on the pot. So guys, you will notice that it's sticking to the pot. Just keep on scraping it out and turn it again and allow it to fry. Notice how clumpy my rice is and it's sticking together. Over time, it will get nice and loose, so don't worry about that. Also, over time, it will stop sticking to the bottom of the pot. It's not sticking to the bottom of the pot anymore. So guys, I switched my spoon out because this one is helping to pick the rice up easier. So in another pot, I am boiling some water for my rice. Make sure you use boiling hot water for steaming your rice. Here is a look at my rice. It's becoming more and more loose. With your spoon, you're going to press on the lumps and it's going to help it loosen up faster. Now this process should take at least 30 minutes. It's a lot of turning, so make sure you're in the mood when you're cooking fried rice. So in this pot I have my water heating up nicely. I'm going to allow it to come up to a boil and I'll turn my stove off. So look at this guys, how nice and loose my rice is. It's completely loose and it's a little bit brown from parching. So our next step is to add all the green seasoning that we've blended. want to mix your green seasoning in and allow it to fry with your rice for about 2 minutes before you add your water. So guys, it's been 2 minutes and I'm going to add my boiling hot water. Now you're going to give this a stir and allow it to come up to a boil on the medium heat. So once your rice came up to a boil, you're going to turn your stove down to low, and we're going to cover this with some foil paper. I'm going to double this and we're going to cover it with the cover. So make sure your lid is covered tightly so it locks in all the steam in the pot. So we're going to allow this to cook for 15 minutes and then we'll check on it. So we're going to check on our rice. It's been 15 minutes since it's cooking. With a fork, you're going to stick it all the way down to the bottom of the pot and you're going to move it side to side. This will help the ones on the top to mix in with the ones on the bottom so that it cooks evenly. You will only be able to turn this one time. You don't want to keep turning it all the time. That can cause the rice to get clammy and sticky and it's not going to be nice and loose. So our next step is to add our dry seasoning. To our veggies. This is my celery leaf. And I'm going to mix this in until all the dry seasoning is evenly coated with my veggie. Now after I've mixed these two together, I'm going to add it to my pot. Spread this out on top of the rice, covering the entire top of the rice. Now, we don't need the foil paper anymore, but we do need the lid to go back on. And we're going to check on this in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So guys, it's been 15 minutes more. And I'm going to take my lid off and we're going to check on our rice. Our veggies are nice and steamed. I'm going to pour in my soy sauce on top of this. So guys, I'm gonna mix this in and until all the rice is covered in the sauce and you have that nice dark brown color. So I'm gonna take my stove off at this time and we're gonna keep on mixing it until it's to the color that we like. So guys, if you notice that your rice is a little bit sticky, it will only appear that way because it's hot and it's pasting together. But after time, it's gonna be nice and loose. Just wait until it cools down a bit and it will get there. There you have it guys, my fried rice. I'm going to pour this into my serving tray and I'll show you the final result. Here's the final results of our fried rice. Look at how nice and loose this is. Now Chloe's gonna try it and she will tell you how nice it tastes.
Let's dig in! Come on guys, let's eat! Okay. Yummy. Bye! Don't get come back. Grab some back. Yummy.
We hope you enjoyed this recipe today.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you for watching.